fourth and final OK Junior class race of the weekend. And of course, this is the class that between the 21st and the 24th of September will contest the World Junior Karting Championships here at PF International. And we know that the club are making every single effort possible to make it the best event that this venue has ever seen. It is the biggest event. Even though we've had kart masters before with 300 drivers, and there's been club meetings with 300 drivers, but never before. And the Trent Valley Kart Club has hosted around the World Championships. It's hosted the European Championship Finals, it's hosted qualifying rounds, it's hosted many CIK events, but never the one weekend World Championship until next month. And these will be the karts, and some of these will be the drivers. It is Shihab Al-Habsi on pole position, and they will go around again. Now, grid will be Shihab Al-Habsi from Oman and Joseph Taylor on the Fullerton kart from England on row 1. Sean Butcher and Morgan Porter from Barrett Racing and M Sport respectively on row 2. Dubai's Jamie Dave for KR Sport and Scotland's Angus Woolsdale for Fusion on row number 3. Luca Griggs for the M Sport team and Suleiman Zanfari on row 4. Suleiman from Morocco. Then the American Enzo Schianti and Klaas Koike for Thule Motorsports. And next, Frenchman Loris Caribou and Daniel Butterworth are next. Then Cameron Coombs, although I haven't seen Cameron Coombs there. Luke Preston is at the back, and Chris Nullum has been absent. And, well, that's the karts we've got. And, of course, behind the scenes, talk about tyre allocations and things like that. I mean, personally, you know, everyone's got to make their tyres last as best they feel they should. And obviously there's an argument that you should just, you know, race the races and with what you've got left. There's another argument that says, well, you know, you've got to save them. I want the best to be the final. If everyone did it, then there'd be a lot of air time to fill. And unfortunately, that would mean many, many more rounds of kart mechanic bingo for you all to suffer through. But there is the other option as we head off into Bruno Ferrari chicane. And of course, the thing is, you just want to see these karts in action, because, but there's also the option of maybe have a new set of boots for final regardless. Of course, you have to decide that before a kart turns a wheel, and there's obviously various deputations from various team managers that make their points felt beforehand, and they're either listened to or they're not listened to. And you know, at the end of the day, someone's going to win the GP plate, and in the meantime, it's going to be one of these 15 drivers. 13 of them are in front of you. But it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Everyone can race, and then everyone gets some new boots for the most important race of the year. But again, that's hindsight's a wonderful thing. We've got some great racing on track. Suleiman Zanfari is not too fussed on it though, because he's giving a warning flag. So Morocco's Suleiman Zanfari. No, that's Loris Caribou, the Frenchman. Suleiman Zanfari is in the Team Fusion Motorsport kart. It's Shihab Al-Habsi, who was unknown to me prior to a couple of months ago when he turned up at the European IAMI X30 round at Salbris in France and ended on the podium. And of course, Kieran Cordy has long been an expert in identifying talent from the Middle East, and he's done it again by the looks of it. Sean Butcher up at the second place. Sean Butcher actually now moving into the lead, and oh, there's Joseph Taylor and the KR Sport entry of Jamie Day getting pretty close to the equator with one another. Day emerges in second, Taylor third, then it's Al-Habsi, behind Al-Habsi, Lucas Griggs. So Lucas Griggs, again, a driver I have to confess to know very little about, apart from the fact that he drives in his 29th in the British Championship and in Northampton. of the M-Sport team. At the moment, he is doing his best to hold off Sulaiman Zanfari as they head up towards the second hairpin, and he's doing his best to send one up the inside of his stable mate, Shihab Al-Habsi. And Al-Habsi now fades back to 5th. Butcher leading from Taylor. Joseph Taylor, a cadet last year. Butcher wasn't racing last year. So very impressive for the pair of them. Jamie Day, I believe, was a cadet last year as well. And even though Jamie is residing out in Dubai, he has done a lot of racing over here in the UK. And of course, he brings his mechanic Paul Hardy with him. You know, Paul Hardy just can't stay away from Sunderland. Lights out when that happens. And Derek, and hope he's doing well. He's in the Kart team here this year. And Taylor makes the move for the lead. Butcher to concede second place, and of course Joseph Taylor, he did a round of the European IARMY Championship at Genk in Belgium in March, and he was just literally the day before the race, couldn't test because he just turned 12 the day before the race. So I would say that makes him one of the youngest in the class, if not the youngest. And when you think about how powerful these karts are, how grippy the tyres are, well, when they start anyway, and how physical these things are to drive, and yeah, Joseph just started year 7 in comprehensive school, and there he is leading an international field. Mind you that even though these young kids are just young kids, they do an enormous amount of fitness work. And and there's somebody going up the bank, and that was the Zanfari Porter Griggs battle. Joseph Taylor sets a new fastest lap. Down the hill, the camera's focusing on the number 2 kart of Morgan Porter, and he's got Sulaiman Zanfari. And well, Zanfari has obviously raced in the UK a couple of times now, and he is well versed in the phrase of getting your elbows sharpened, because he has certainly had them sharp so far, and he's up into the top 5. Jamie Day in 3rd position. Again, Day having a very, very good weekend, and he's doing 2 classes, so I wonder if physical exertion will eventually take its toll. Look like it, because he's hanging on quite comfortably to the back end of the Taylor-Butcher lead battle. Further back there's Butterworth in 12th, and Luis Caribou in 13th. Klaas Koika for 2D Motorsport is in 12th. Moolsdale is up the road in 10th, but Sean Butcher was almost in a position there to make a move on Taylor. Taylor ran a little bit wide coming off the bridge, and Sean Butcher sits and waits. He could have easily made a move then on Joseph Taylor, but decided against it. We've got 4 minutes to go. Playing a waiting game, and Butterworth and Caribou are having an international diplomacy gathering at the short shoot there. It involved various hand gesticulations. But up at the front, Taylor using a bit of that curb. Butcher content to sit. Day as well, just happy to sit there. They are 1.1 seconds in front of Morgan Porter, and I think a lot of them recognise the number 2 kart as a real threat for this title. So it's number 2, runner-up to Jonathan Hogarth in last year's British Championship, and is proving as he closes in. Porter on a good lap. He's finally disposed of Zanfari. He's moving up. He's a 10th quicker than the 3 leaders through sector number 1 on this lap number 7 with 3.5 minutes to go. And he is only 1.1 seconds behind Jamie Day. And Jamie Day, 1 point, he looked like he was about to lose touch, but he has summoned the strength to close back in on Butcher and Taylor. And there is Butcher at 80 miles an hour pushing Joseph Taylor along. So the Butcher's 14 and Taylor 12, and just pushing John Edder on 80 miles an hour like it was Lunar Transformers comic or something quite remarkable. Day has following with interest. Then it's Porter on his own in fourth. Back of the screen there, coming into the second hairpin. Zanfari has got Briggs right behind him, and they're going round the Shihab Al-Habsi, number 34 kart on your screen there. And Al-Habsi has faded to 7th, then it's Skionti in 8th. But on your screens, Taylor, Butcher, and Day, the top 3, go into the Mike Wilson complex. I think that it's possibly fair to say that Mike Wilson, in terms of motorsport, is Barnsley's most successful exponent. I mean, you know, Mark Ward is up there, but realistically, I think Mike Wilson, the 6 world titles, may just pick Mark Ward. I haven't seen Mark Ward this year. Taylor leads. Butcher was just not wanted to, and I say that he could have passed him, but he wants to watch. And you think, well, he's just sitting there. Why isn't he racing? He's not overtaking. Well, he doesn't want to. He wants to study Joseph Taylor. Study the kart. Look at Joseph's lines, because he knows that at some point in the weekend, he's the same pace as Joseph Taylor. He's going to have to deal with Taylor if he wants to win the GP plate. So he will use this opportunity to just put something in the memory bank, shall we say. Because these are intelligent young people. Despite what I say about some of them, they are all very gifted. They're all very smart, and they're all very amateur, and they're all thinking about lots. You know, at the end of any other teenage sporting event, when do you get dragged into an articulated truck full of computer screens to do the data analysis for half an hour? Sean Butcher then decides now is the moment, but Taylor comes straight back at him, wheel to wheel inside the second hairpin, and Taylor does the crossover, but then tucks back in. 30 seconds to go. Taylor instantly looks over his shoulder to see that Morgan Porter has passed Jamie Day, and then the sense of urgency up the inside going to Bobby Game corner. That's a tight pass there, because the braking zone is very narrow, and the exit of the corner is also very narrow when you're straight into the Mike Wilson complex, but Taylor makes it work. They come on to start finish straight with 15 seconds to go. Next time by, they'll get the last lap board. It is a 4-kart scrap now, because Taylor and Butcher have been joined by Porter. And Day has managed to stay in that lead quartet. In fact, Salman Zanfari and Luca Griggs aren't too far back either. Off the bridge, top 4 led by Taylor. Butcher defends from Porter, and that's going to help Joseph Taylor to pull away a little bit. He's got 3-4 kart lengths in hand, checks over his shoulder, realises he doesn't have to defend, takes the normal racing line. That's going to help pull him away from Butcher down the short chute, now into the Fullerton S's. It's going to be the battle for second that is the key one now. Can Butcher hold off Porter? Because I think Taylor has just about done enough into the Mike Wilson complex. Jamie Day in 4th place. Butcher having a good go. He's got a really good line through that complex, but he's not going to close in on Taylor. The checkered flag is out. No, what am I talking about? Henry, shut up. It's the last lap, not the checkered flag. But still, that was a good rehearsal for what's about to happen now, because Butcher needs to be inch perfect. We'll forget that never happens. But again, Taylor is a couple of kart lengths in front. Now we'll watch Taylor. Look over his shoulder. There he goes. He takes the normal line because he knows Butcher's defending. And he checks again. He sees there's a 5 kart length gap. He takes the racing line while Butcher has to defend. It's going to pull Taylor away. I'm just going to press rewind and say exactly what I said a lap ago. Into the Fullerton S's. I think Taylor has done enough. The key battle is going to be for second. Can Butcher hold off Porter? Through Bobby Game corner. Porter sticks the nose at the inside of Butcher. They're being caught. Jamie Day sitting there and watching to see if any scraps come his way. Butcher this time doesn't have a good line, I have to say, through the Wilson complex. And Porter's going to have a go. And Morgan Porter comes at 400ths of a second short. Sean Butcher there lucky to hold on to second, because he did miss an apex or two, a little bit tardy through the Mike Wilson complex. But it's Taylor who wins. Butcher second, Porter, Day and Zanfari the top 5. Briggs, Al-Habsi, Moolsdale, Skionti and Koika the top 10. Karibu, Butterworth and Preston the other finish. And I've really got to say that 13 started, 13 finished. That is good reliability as well. That concludes the OK Junior racing for today. Again, the racing has been good. How everybody's different tactics play out, we'll be find out tomorrow. But of course, we've got 2 long races to decide the first ever OK Junior Kart Masters champion.